Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving into one of the biggest, most important conversations of our time, the rise of artificial intelligence and what it really means for human control, especially when things get serious, like in the theater of war. As far back as 1951, the absolute pioneer of computing, Alan Turing, he saw this coming. He predicted a future where machines could actually outthink us. Back then, it sounded like pure science fiction, right? But now? Well, now we're living right on the edge of that reality. So let's get into it. To really get a grip on AI's impact, we first have to understand some of the timeless ideas about conflict itself, and then see how AI is about to come in and just completely rewrite the rulebook. So there's this great military theorist, Karl von Clausewitz, and he had a brilliant way of looking at this. He said the basic nature of war, the human emotion, the violence, the politics behind it, that stuff never, ever changes. But the character of war, how it's actually fought, that's always changing. Think about it, the move from horses to tanks, or from old muskets to modern drones. Well, AI isn't just the next step in that line. It's a massive leap that's set to completely revolutionize the very character of war. And this brings us to the sharpest, most controversial point of this whole revolution: the rise of machines that can literally make the decision to kill all on their own. We're talking about autonomous weapon systems, or AWS, and the official U.S. Department of Defense definition is pretty clear. It's a system that, once you turn it on, can go find and attack a target without a human operator needing to give that final go command. Now, just to be clear, this isn't about someone flying a drone with a joystick. This is about handing over that final lethal decision to the machine itself. And autonomy isn't just a simple on or off switch. It's really a spectrum. On one end, you have a human in the loop. A person has to make the call and pull the trigger, so to speak. Then you move to human on the loop, where the machine might say, hey, I think this is a target, but a human has to approve it. But the real game changer is human out of the loop. That's where the machine finds the target and attacks it, all by itself. Okay, so once you have machines making these life or death decisions, you run into just a profound ethical and legal problem that really shakes the foundations of our justice systems. And it all comes down to this one critical question. If a machine that can learn and adapt on its own makes a mistake and, say, kills civilians illegally, who's responsible? Our entire idea of justice is built on human intent. What happens when there's no human actually in that final link of the chain? So who do you blame? The programmer who wrote the code, maybe years earlier, with no idea of the specific situation it would be in? What about the commander who deployed it, but couldn't possibly predict its every move? The company that built it? Or does that responsibility just get spread so thin that no one person can actually be held accountable? That's what experts are calling a responsibility gap. And this isn't just some academic thought experiment. It's a direct challenge to international law. And this whole military dilemma, it's actually a perfect, high-stakes example of a much, much bigger challenge. It's called the AI control problem. Basically, how do we build these super intelligent systems in a way that we can be sure they'll be beneficial for us? AI researcher Stuart Russell puts it brilliantly. He argues we've basically been building AI all wrong. See, the standard way is to give a machine a fixed goal. Win this game of chess, or get more clicks on this video, or, destroy that target. But a super intelligent AI chasing a single fixed goal could be a disaster. The classic example is the AI told to make paperclips, which then proceeds to turn everything, including us, into paperclips to achieve its goal. The problem wasn't its intelligence. It was the objective we gave it. So Russell proposes this really clever new approach. It's built on 3 principles. 1. The AI's only goal is to figure out what we, the humans, want. 2. And this is the absolute key. It starts out uncertain about what our preferences are. And 3, it learns what we want by watching what we do. That uncertainty? That's not a bug, it's a feature. It's what makes the machine cautious. It forces it to ask for help, and it even makes it willing to be switched off, because it can't be 100% sure that's not what we want. And this brings us to the ultimate question. Let's say we actually succeed. We create superintelligence, and maybe we even solve the control problem. What does our future even look like? Our relationship with AI is going to change, fundamentally. And experts tend to see 3 very different paths this could all take. So broadly speaking, there are 3 main scenarios. First, there's the classic hostile takeover, the Terminator story, where the AI's goals and our goals just don't align and it leads to conflict. Second is the human-AI merger, the idea that we won't be replaced by AI because we'll become it, merging our own biology with technology.
And then there's a third, pretty radical idea, the willing handover. This is where we might decide that an AI, free from all our human biases and baggage, could actually be a better guardian of the future, and we willingly choose to pass the torch.
So here we are, standing on the edge of this incredible new era. And this is the question we all have to think about. This technology is moving so fast, and the stakes could not possibly be higher. So what is our relationship going to be with this incredible intelligence we're creating? Will we be its masters, its partners, or maybe just its predecessors? The answer to that is going to define everything that comes next.